Today is December 22nd, the Winter Solstice, the longest night of the year, a sacred turning point humanity has watched, honored, and ritualized for tens of thousands of years, long before Christmas trees, ornaments, and wrapped gifts. This day was understood as a cosmic threshold, a pause in time where darkness reaches its fullness and the light begins its return. Hidden within this moment is a language most people were never taught to read, a language written not only in scripture but across the heavens themselves. Today, we're going to explore the ancient connection between the 12 tribes of Israel, the Mazzaroth, and the Winter Solstice, and how all of this reveals a forgotten layer of meaning behind Christmas itself, because once you see the pattern, you realize something profound. None of this was ever random. Ahoy there, nautical truth seekers. This is your esoteric captain, Aries Ezra, and you have just boarded the illustrious ship Nautical Awakenings. On this ship, we don't skim the surface of life. We sail straight into the deep waters of truth. We masterfully navigate the turbulent waters of mystery, steadfast and headstrong. If you're ready for our special holiday voyage, grab your parka and strap on your boots. Walk the plank and subscribe to the Nautical Awakenings crew. Be sure to ring the ship's bell and never miss another underway. Hoist the sail and like the video, toss over the mooring lines and share this video with your fellow salty spittoons. Lastly, drop anchor in the comments to join the conversation and scuttlebutt. Without further ado, set your compasses and batten down the hatches. We're about to get nautical. The word Mazzaroth appears in the book of Job, one of the oldest books in the Bible, where God asks, "Can you bring forth the Mazzaroth in their season? Or can you guide Arcturus with his sons?" This isn't poetic fluff. The Mazzaroth refers to the ordered procession of the constellations, the sacred calendar written in the sky. What we now casually call the zodiac was once understood as divine astronomy, not fortune-telling. The ancients didn't look at the stars to predict personalities. They looked at them to understand time, order, and meaning. The heavens were a living clock, a cosmic story unfolding in cycles, 12 major constellations, 12 solar passages, 12 months, 12 stages of transformation, and on earth, reflected below, the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob's 12 sons were not merely the founders of a nation. Each tribe carried a symbol, a banner, a destiny, an archetypal role within a larger whole. When the Israelites camped in the wilderness, the tribes were arranged in precise formation around the tabernacle, forming a living sacred diagram. Above them, the sun moved through 12 celestial houses. Below them, a people moved through 12 archetypes of human experience. This is what initiates would call, as above, so below. This cosmic mirroring shows up again and again. Judah, for example, is associated with kingship, rulership, and the lion scripture calls Christ the Lion of Judah. In the heavens, Leo is the royal sign, solar, authoritative, crowned with fire. Joseph, the preserver of life during famine, mirrors Aquarius, the water-bearer, the sustainer, the one who pours out nourishment for humanity. Dan, associated with judgment and the serpent, echoes Scorpio, the sign of death, transformation, and rebirth. Not every pairing survived history intact, but the pattern itself remains unmistakable. This wasn't superstition, it was cosmology. Even the tabernacle itself reflected this worldview. Oriented east to west along the solar path, it functioned as a miniature cosmos. The outer court mirrored the visible world, the inner sanctuary reflected the heavens, and the Holy of Holies symbolized the highest realm, the unseen source. The menorah burned with 7 lights, echoing the 7 classical planets. The high priest moved through sacred space the way the sun moves through the heavens, mediating between worlds. Worship wasn't blind ritual. It was participation in cosmic order. Psalm 19 captures this ancient understanding perfectly. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Nowhere does this celestial language become more powerful than at the winter solstice. Astronomically, this is the moment when the sun reaches its lowest point in the sky. Daylight dwindles to its shortest span, darkness dominates to ancient observers. The sun appeared weakened, wounded, even dead. And then something remarkable happens. For 3 days, the sun appears to stand still on the horizon. It rises no lower, it sets no deeper. This is why the word solstice literally means sun standing still. 3 days of stillness. 3 days of silence, 3 days in the dark. Then, on December 24th into the 25th, the sun begins its ascent. The light returns, the cycle turns. This 3-day pause echoes everywhere. Jonah in the belly of the whale, initiates. Descending into darkness before rebirth, Christ in the tomb, the alchemical Negredo, the dark night before illumination. Transformation requires stillness, rebirth requires descent. The ancients understood this deeply. They did not fear the darkness of the winter solstice. They honored it as a womb moment, a sacred gestation where new light prepares to be born. That's why cultures across the world told the same story at the same time of year. Horus is born after Osiris descends into death. Mithras emerges from the stone. Sol Invictus, the unconquered. Sun rises again. Dionysus is reborn. Baldur's promised return is foretold. Different names, different myths, same sky, same rhythm. Now look at where the sun stands during the winter solstice. It transitions between Sagittarius and Capricorn. Sagittarius is the archer, the seeker of truth, the philosopher, the prophet aiming beyond the horizon. Capricorn is the threshold, the mountain gate, the point where spirit descends into form in ancient mystery traditions. Capricorn was known as the gate of the gods, the doorway through which divine light enters the world. This is the moment of incarnation. This is why the birth of Christ was placed here. Not because of historical record-keeping, but because of symbolic truth. Early Christianity aligned the Christ story with the solstice to communicate something timeless. The light is born when the darkness is greatest. In the Gospel of John, Christ is called the Logos, the divine word, the ordering principle behind creation itself. Light not merely as illumination, but as intelligence made manifest. The Word became flesh, cosmic order entering time, heaven touching earth. When we understand the 12 tribes and the Mazzaroth together, Christmas stops being a single event and becomes an eternal pattern, one that plays out in the heavens, in history, and within each of us. We all experience winters, moments of loss, periods of confusion, times when the light feels distant or gone. The winter solstice reminds us that darkness is not punishment, it is preparation. The light has not abandoned you, it has turned inward, gathering strength to rise again. This is the deeper meaning of Christmas, not an abundance of food and presents, not all the lights, the glitz, glamour, or the prestige. Not fear, not guilt, not blind obedience, but remembrance. As the sun begins its slow return, and the days gradually grow longer, remember this: you are not lost when life feels dark. You are standing at the threshold, and something within you is being born, awaiting the perfect time of transformation and inner gnosis. If the heavens mark the return of the light, then what does the birth of Christ within truly mean? Stay aboard the ship. Over the next few days, we'll continue unraveling the hidden, esoteric, and forgotten wisdom behind Christmas and the Christ story itself. If you enjoyed our chilly, nautical awakening voyage, please feel free to like, share, and comment on the video. I'd love to meet you all there and discuss this together, and it helps the channel out, so I appreciate you all very deeply. If you desire further rations on your expedition today, check out the captain's stash and plunder all the nautical goodness within. Until then, keep seeking, keep questioning, and always keep sailing toward the light. I'll see you out on the open waters. Peace and love, my spiritual shipmates.